your plans and get advice where needed. Big cat, let me tell you something, right? If you are running a business, you're not going to go to somebody who's unemployed for years to get advice about running a business. You've got to listen. We must call in our flip-flops at this moment in time. What's that? Our common sense, darling dear. Common sense. You go to get advice from people that are in that field, or you Google that shit. Google is your friend, big cat. It's your friend, right? Work on your plans, as I said, and get advice, appropriate advice, darling dear. And sometimes you can't even go to your own family members for advice. Why? They don't wish you well. No, they don't. They want you to be a thumber. Why? They are holding a grudge against you, darling dear. Why? Because you didn't get bitter. You got better, big cat. I know. And stop it, big cat. You are fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. And I'll have nothing else said. Right, let's carry on. Be practical, darling dear, and make sure you get the appropriate advice with all of this ambitious energy being bandied around. Why? Because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn ain't easy, blood. It ain't easy when you're not paying attention, right? If you're not paying attention, you will get the rules and regulations right up your watusi, and you have to put it in your pipe and smoke it. But Saturn will also give you rewards if you've been doing your due diligence, darling dears. Yes, darling dears. Can we have a quick chat as I sip my mocha? Because I ain't getting smoked. Not, right? It's a jungle out there, but guess what? You are king or queen of said jungle, darling dears. And in your jungle, you must sleep at night, especially if you've been having unrestful sleep. I told you, you have to sleep with your cranium, the top of your cranium, right, pointing towards a southwardly direction. If you're trying to get new ideas and plans, you must sleep with the top of your cranium pointing towards the east, darling dears. And never you ever have your footsies, right, in your bed facing your bedroom door, right? Because that's the deaf position, deaf, dodo dead, not coming back, blood. That's the deaf position. So move your bed. Last night, I got into my bed, right, and I wanted to sleep in a southwardly position. I've got a king-size bed, but I have to sleep across the bed in order for my cranium to be in the southwardly position. I said, I've had all I can stand, and I can't stand no more in my Popeye voice. And I called my progeny to me, and they helped me rearrange my boudoir, darling dears, so I can sleep comfortably with my cranium pointing the south, darling dear. Why the south? Because our own poles in our cranium, darling dear, at the top of your crown is in the north, darling dear. And when you've got it pointed to the south, it's balancing out the positive and negative. Once you start sleeping with your head facing in the south, you will wake up feeling regenerated. Any kind of bodily aches and pains, you'll notice that they start to diminish as every night you sleep in that direction. We already discussed 14 to 30 days, right? Was it the last reading or the reading before? Where we're going to have things coming into fruition, darling dear. But you have to be do your due diligence, right? Anything I tell you, darling dears, you can research it. I told you, Google is your friend. It's your friend, just like me, bestie. Pinkies up. Now that I've finished talking about that, I'm going to talk about the grudge keepers. The grudge keepers, holding on to grudges like Smeagol, darling dear. They're holding on to them. Their grudges is their precious, and they look like the grudges that they're keeping. They're holding grudges against you for things that they did to you, darling dear. Yes, baby. They took you through hell. Yeah. And you came out and you were smoking, darling dear. You came out looking smoking, not in a bad way, smoking good, right? The hell that they used, right? Every stone that they threw at you, you used as your foundation to get to higher levels. Remember, their glass ceiling, right, is your floor. So they're getting a full view of your what? Big cat, you fill in the blanks. Yeah. They're holding grudges because you see them for whom they are. And you can't unsee that. That's why you had to say what? Raccoon eye, fetch the black bags and hit the road, Jack. Why? You don't want to go to prison like R. Kelly. Thank you very much, Alexis Holmes, for the super chat. You know I'll be spending that on my honeydew melons, which I put in a sealed baggie. I told you, when I roll with my food in baggies, mate, and my fizzy water in a sealed bottle, darling dears. And sometimes I feel a bit fancy, and I will put my plantain chips, right, the gluten-free plantain chips, in a baggie, and I roll with that, mate. Anyhow, let's press on about the grudge keepers, darling dears. They are spinning the grudges. Yes, I told you they're going, wiki, 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 you did this, you did that. They are adding plus tax, darling dear, to whatever the situation or circumstance is. They are in full-on airbender mode with the gingivitis tongue, darling dears. And they ain't got no chill or pause factor. Big Cat, you don't hold grudges. Why? Because you've got the memory of an elephant, right? And you know that they've got to live amongst the circumstances they created, and they gambled and lost you. And even if they went abracadabra and spun round 3 times, you still ain't coming back, blood. No, because you've got the memory of an elephant. Just like the elephant in India, the one that murked the lady twice to traumatize the whole family and then kicked down her house. Yes, but I digress again, Big Cat. Because there's no one to check me boo and say, hurry along, case. I'm doing the best I can, right? But I've got to talk about the grudge keepers. You will not allow them to take you back to a level that you've already graduated from, darling dears. You've already graduated, cum laude. We've got to get Latin sometimes around here, right? Cum laude means with honors, darling dear. You graduated from that level that they took you through. Don't you remember, darling dears, those dark times where you was walking on the eggshells, hunched back, yes, unable to speak in case they beat you with their ignorance, possibly even wanted to beat you to the ground, darling dear, to keep you in submission and keep your light in their dark. You've already graduated, and you've got the badge, the t-shirt, the mug, and you've got the memory of an elephant. You need nothing more, Big Cat. You're good. They are grudgeful because you are a spiritual gangster, a humble warrior, and you did the Casper like a boss on them. You disappeared. Like, I've be gone. Yeah. Law number 10 of the 48 laws of power, Big Cat. Avoid the unlucky and the unhappy, right? Especially the grudgeful ones. They're grudgeful, darling dears. And every day, right, they wake up with you. You are always on their mind. And the tip of their gingivitis tongue. These high commander Decepticons. What's the matter with them? Rather than water their own astroturf, which is on layaway, by the way, right? They're focused on your green grasses, darling dears, and your infinite possibilities. And the fact you're doing a Benjamin or a Benjamin of Buttons since you got away from their grudgeful energies. Got to cut my fan on because it's getting hot in here. But no one take off their clothes. This is not that kind of a channel, darling dear. Let me see if I can bring up the comments, because this one takes a while to get onto the book. Yes, I can see now. Now it's having a laugh now. What's all of this? Just a second, darling dear. And it's coming out tiny to the side. What's going on? Hold on a minute. Let me go back. Hold on a minute. Oh gosh, do I have to call in the teenager? Because he's upstairs talking to his girlfriend, right? Shh, Big Cat. When he talks to his girlfriend, he talks in this deep voice, like his name is Theophilus P. Wildy Beast. Shh, Fisty, shh. You mustn't hear us laughing. He talks to her in a baritone like his name is Theophilus P. Wildy Beast. And she's like, yeah. Shh, Big Cat. Shh, Big Cat. Shh. We can't laugh too much, right? Because you know he's the maker of my coffee. And you see, the thing is, right? Somebody sent me an email and said that I pressure my son to get my coffee. Listen, I was in my house, right? Just moved here in 2020. And then for Mother's Day, Carmen made my breakfast, and O'Shea decided to make me some coffee. He goes, Mum, can I make you some coffee? Boy, I was like, I've got to let them do something for me. I have to. He made the coffee, and he made it so light and creamy. And I was like, when he came back with the coffee and I tasted it, my eyes went like, and I was like, you got the job. And he laughed. He didn't realize it was his job for lifeblood. I don't care what you're doing. And even if you are talking to your girlfriend like Theophilus P. Wildy Beast, you've got to come and make my coffee because it's your job, lad. It's your job until I die. And I plan to outlive them all. Shh, 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 shh. Big cat, stop it. Stop it. Stop encouraging me. Shh, because he's going to hear me laughing. Shh. Anywho, let's go back to the grudge keepers, darling dears. Let's get the runestones to see what's going on. Did you like that name? Theophilus P. Wildy Beast. Shh, big cat, shh. And the wickedest thing, right? She's afraid to come to the house. He told her how serious I was, that I walk around with a bat, and I'm afraid to who she is. Tell her to come. She's afraid to come here. All I want is her birth date and time of birth, right? I'll have a look at her birth natal chart. I'll do the numerology. I'll speak to my ancestors and say, is she allowed to be with my favorite? She better stay away. Speak to him on the phone. I'm not treating him like he's my, because some people treat their sons like no, that's my son, right? I'm proud of him, right? I'm proud of him, especially the way he lifted up all my furnitures yesterday, moved them around my bedroom. Listen, my two wrists was like this, son. I can't move the mattress. My mattress is about as thick as from my here to the tip of my, I couldn't lift that bitch up. I couldn't raise it up, and he raised it up, and he ran around, he ran across my bedroom like it was bits of paper. I was like, good God, it's a wonder to behold. You don't realize how much strength a body has when you're young, darling dear. It's when you get older and you have to, when you wake up in the morning, after you said good morning to God, you're about to kick your way out of the duvet, but you have to get your body back online like Iron Man. You have to go for and do a run through check. Can I leap from this bed, or shall I get out one limb at a time? But you're still grateful to be alive to sock it to him, big cat. Still grateful. But anyway, let's carry on, darling dear. Let's carry on with the read about the grudge keepers. Thank you very much, Khalifa Black, for the super chat. Big cat, we've got Othello. This runestone is represented by the world card in tarot. Grudge keepers we're talking about. Guess what letter is represented by the letter F and O? Yeah, exactly, big cat. I need to get that with them grudges. Who care about them? Nobody. We couldn't care less, right? We couldn't give one good golly and gosh about these grudge keepers and their bad energy, because it's making them look old. It's giving them illnesses, right? Didn't I tell you? Right, Neptune rules the hospitals, darling. There's some of them are making themselves physically sick because they hate your eyelashes, right? They hate the fact that your nostrils flutter as you breathe in the air that's gifted to us free on this Malkuth. I know, big cat. Shh, shh. Let them hold their grudges, because we couldn't give love or light for it, or a quick one of these. As I was saying, Ophelia is represented by what? The letter F and O. The number 84, 85, 86, and 87. It speaks about what? World card, darling dear. Situations that you've ended. It also represents the World Wide Web. For Sputnik, they are watching you, mate. Or they've hired flying monkeys to watch on your behalf. And the intel that's been reported back to them is making them so mad. But they're not doing us the favor of stamping their foot like Rumpelstiltskin, never to be seen again. No, no, no. They're hanging around like a fart. Lingering, blood. Lingering with their bag of grudges. Bag of grudges looking like Smeagol saying my precious. Yeah. Let them hold on to the grudge, darling dear. You couldn't give a good golly and gosh. Too busy getting great, big cat. as I was saying, Ophelia is also represented by the Earth as well as Saturn energy that come through the rules and regulations, right? The fixed signs of Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius, right? Fixed sign speaks about you, what? Being persistent. Divine wants you to continue to be persistent, right? With the planetary energies today, it's about you focusing on your goals and your dreams, working on them, darling, getting valid advice from people that are in that field, or Googling that she's naive if you've got nothing but the feeble-minded around you. But at this stage of the game, darling, dear, all the toxic and toxicity must have been removed from you by now. And also the fixed sign also is reminding you to what? Tackle things slowly. We do it one step at a time, darling dear, as we continue to go into the unknown. Yes, you prefer the known, but look what happened to you when you was around the known. They was rapid with your edges, blood. Your hairline, they was rapid with it. Don't you remember how rapid they was with your hairline? Big cat, come on, bestie. Let's continue with the read, right? Let's not digress too much. Some of you are planning world travel, some kind of a holiday. You're wanting to have a more fresh start, darling dear. It's also a reminder that you have been and will continue to make wise choices, right? Saturn would also is a reminder that you have to conform to some form of social order. Well, guess what? You're making your own gang, so you are making the rules and regulations of your particular social order. How about that? It's about you reaching what? Desirable outcomes as you continue to go forwards, never backwards, in the words of Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, work hard. That you had to end, otherwise you was going to the grave, to prison, right, like R. Kelly, where they would never let you out, or you'd be in the madhouse, right, coloring in the corner and writing their name in crayon. Listen, none of those that wicked dastardly thruple happened to you, big cat. You're too busy getting great, and they're holding a whole bag of grudges against you. And many of them, as we saw in the other read, they're grudging you for your spiritual whap, because they can't get it back, darling dear. Yes, just imagine how many times your name is bawled out in the middle of the night as they're rummaging in their genitalia area. Imagine that. If that don't make you want to spit out your drink and go, how dare they? I don't know what will. Big cat. Shh. Sometimes you're a bit of a bad influence on me, but we love it so. We're like Thelma and Louise about the chelation, bestie. Pinkies up. Yes, baby. Imagine that. They're doing the Angela Palmer in your name in the middle of the night, right? And as soon as they finish doing that and bawling out your name, your ancestors are there tapping their foot. Hey, bottom feeder, I've got so much more to show you. Yes, yeah. Listen, they need to allow you, right? Because they keep alerting your ancestors. What's the matter with them, these grudge keepers? They need to keep a low profile, and just deal with what's going on in their mud hut and mind their own leave the big cat alone. They're watching you, and they've hired flying monkeys to watch you, and until they're getting back, darling dear. It's not lovely. It's not lovely for them, but it's fabulous for you because you're a win while they must sin. We've got 122 in the chat and only 56 thumbs up. No one else needs to hear these messages. You got to put the thumbs up, darling dear, so that I get on the internet and be a flying cat. Yeah. Let's get your ancestral message around this, right? Around these grudge keepers, right? That won't keep you out of their mouth, out of their mind, and they won't keep their hands off their own genitalia when they're thinking about you. I know, big cat, they got the stanky finger. They have it. Yeah, that's right. Brandy Jackson, be careful with the swear words in the thing, because YouTube is blocking the people making the swear words, right? They'll block you and hide you from, you won't be able to find me again. We use other words instead. Well, I try my best, right? I'm a work in progress. I try my best not to swear, right? But sometimes, all right, that she's naive down in Jamaican speak, right? Yes, it's tatty. It's because we use it so often, right? They got the grudges and they come in with point A. Yes. All of this and that. Did you miss me yesterday? I had to give you a break because I was thinking about myself and I had to do my day job, right? And that made me even more angrier, right? Listen, they're going through cycles, darling dear. Moon energy. Moon is represented by the mother energy as well. Cancer as well as Pisces. Pisces is running things today, darling dears. Can we get back up into the 12th house? Can we? We're going to anyway. We're jettisoning straight back into Pisces. Because as I said, Pisces is ruled by Neptune. Somebody is delusional, darling dear, and they are deep in their addictions. Some of them have the addiction to the alcohol. They may even be getting higher than a lion in Zion, not realizing that it's causing more depression, causing them to think about past issues and blame you for everything. This grudge keeper, they're going through cycles, mate. And you know, bestie, we've just had a full moon, and those freaks came out at night. With their stanky finger, quiet as it's kept. What else is going on? Let's see. Oh, look at this. The spellcastation of it all returned to sender. Somebody tried to put a spell on. They put a spell on you. Yes, but it didn't work. Why? You are a child of the light. You didn't seek revenge. When you left that situation, you took the knee and you asked the Most High Father, God, Mother Isis, your ancestors, angels, and spiritual guides, right? For strength, for wisdom, right? And the energy to wash your own coochie. Listen, you went through some things. The Pentacles on its face speaks about mental health. It speaks about loss of money. It speaks about a destabilized foundation. Yes. And it's also about distrustful people. They wanted all of these bad things to happen to you. Well, guess what? Your ancestors said it's a return to sender day, darling dear. They should have put some respect on your name and had the fortitude and the foresight to shut up. Shut up about you. Shut up. They should have just shut up. You don't speak about them. You don't even think about them. Unless I bring it up. And I only bring it up because I get the downloads. And this was the download. Let's talk about the grudge keepers, yeah? The grudge keepers, yeah? In the mud huts. What's this? Oh, look. In the upright, they're able to what? They're not getting over it. They ain't getting over you, blood. They're not getting over what? Bawling out your name in the middle of the night when they're rummaging in their genitalia about you. They're not getting over what? Rehashing the bones of the past, right? When you look nothing like what you've been through, right? They're living in it, mate. Listen, that's their business. It's their business, right? And they're taking themselves through cycles. It's giving them health issues, darling dear. Their money's funny, right? And not funny, ha-ha, like funny. Don't you dare come to this ATM, right? The ATM's cursing them out when they capture them on the camera approaching them, right? Their money's funny. They're not happy with their job. They're possibly even working. Sometimes the Pentacles in the reverse also speaks about spiritual protection. This is a spiritual deficit, darling dear. Their ancestors are embarrassed by them. Why? Because they see them doing the same rummaging at night time, right? When they should be focusing on themselves. With their stanky finger. They're not getting over it, mate. They are stuck on you with the grudges. They got a whole lot of going on for you, darling dear. These creatures from the backwood with yarn for hair that are from yesteryear, right? Remember when you was around them, they dug a coffin, a double wide, and guess who they wanted on the bottom bunk, big cat? That's right, bestie. They wanted you on the bottom bunk as they bent over and busted it wide and did this and that to you, pulled you about like taffy, told you was less than, told you would never find another them. Thank God. Thank God. Thank you, Father God. Who wants another them in their life? Not me. Bagsy had to put my hand up, not me. How about you, bestie? Outrageous. What did I tell you about the Brock Pocketers? Buddy, have you got a dime? Do we have time for petty? Jez, let me get Jez and Bell. Hold on a minute. Jez, Bell, them have no pentacale. No pentacale, none. Not a bean. What did I say? They're losing their mind. They're not stable. This is a lack of spiritual protection. This is a destabilization in the household. So they're arguing and fighting with whomsoever they want, told about this and that, because all they do is talk about you. Who in their right mind is going to sit with their new partner, right, that they thought was the best thing since sliced bread, right? Sit and listen and talk about you day in and day out, always bringing up what you're doing on, focused on you. Only a feeble-minded dummy back pick me would put up with that behavior. Them don't have it. Them don't have it. Yeah. Let's get some more energies on the table. My eye was caught by this. I'm going to go with this. Right, base of the deck. Well, you're looking for a piece, darling dear, so you can replenish your hairline, right? Make your piece. What's that? Your Pentacles, your Skrilla.com, darling dear, so that you can have the choices, right? Because I told you the moon is in Capricorn, so this is about you focusing on your ambitions. 144 in the chat, darling dear. The chosen has assembled. Fist bump. Love it. I don't hate it. What else do we need to... Oh, let's jump right out. Oh. An adventure, darling dear. I told you somebody's planning a vacay or they're looking for a new start, but you have to remember, you have to treat it like an adventure. This is like the Fool card, darling dear. Taking a risk or a leap of faith in a different direction. Again, Divine Light would like to remind you to pack light. When you're going on an adventure, darling dear, you don't take the bag of bushels of wickedness with you. You have to let it go. You have to let it go in order to enjoy the adventure, so you can have peace of mind. They don't like the adventures you've created for yourself. They wanted you to be like I said, out there looking like Quasimodo's bestie, barking at passing cars, telling anyone that would listen what was done to you by this what? Grudge keeper. Grudge keeper? Oh. You don't talk to them. See how hard the cards was to go together? Right? They're spying Sputnik with their hillbilly investigations. Oh, what did I say? Black magic, darling dear. They're using the moon energy, and they don't realize that you are a soldier for the light. You never prayed for revenge. You prayed for strength, fortitude, darling dear, and wisdom, right? And look what they try to do. Some of them try to curse you with the magic, darling dear, but it has to go somewhere. You are a child of the light. These alfalfas don't understand, right? What else? One more card, please. Then we've got to get on with the tarot. What's this? Doing it for the gram, darling dear. This is why I tell you, don't go and look at their social media. If you want to see pantomime, pay your good Skrilla and go to the theater. Anything will be put on for you. And a lot of them, darling dear, if you've made the mistake, because your fingers can be skullduggerous and gone to their social media, right? Every picture you see them, their face is sad, right? Because they want you to feel sorry. They don't realize that when they look sad in their picture, they look like a mongoose, darling dear, a raccoon-eyed mongoose, right? Makes you snarl. That's why you must stop going there, darling dears. It brings up all of the darkness in you. And remember, the darkness will be attracting more darkness. You have to do the return to sender. Right? Send that energy back by being the best cat you can be. They catching feelings and you're catching flights, right? Blindfold off. I told you. It's so 2016. We ripped off the blindfold and crushed it under our flip-flop. What's the flip-flop? Our common sense, darling dear. Our common sense. You don't have no rose-colored glasses. You know exactly whom it is. You know exactly whom they are. And you know exactly where they're going. That's right, big cat. Back to the crevice of the devil's balls. We're going to use a deck I haven't used in a while. Base of the deck, we've got the Emperor energy. This is Mars and Aries energy, and sometimes it's represented by the God card in tarot. But it also speaks about you, darling dear, going on to your adventure. Some of you are going to be entrepreneurs. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, go for something that gives you joy, darling dears. Then it won't seem like a job. Mars and Aries energy speaks about the Emperor. The Emperor doesn't ask anybody for advice, darling. Well, it has advisors, but you make the ultimate decision in your life. This is about you being aggressive about going after what you want, not taking advantage of someone else. This is about you being focused, darling dear, and moving forward at a hot trot. Clarify the Emperor. Let's give it a good shifty. Ooh. Clarify the Emperor card, please. Oh, gosh. Clarified by what? Another major arcana? Because all you do is win, darling dear. I know, big cat. All you do is win. The Strength card also speaks about spiritual strength, darling dear, as well as strength to what? Walk alone. In the reverse, this is having to get the energy of many. But in the upright, this is also a reminder for you not to be tempted off your flip-flop, because the grudge keeper may do something to make you come out and want to fight with you. Don't fight with them. Listen, let them fight with themselves. Too busy fighting with your finances, right? And your plans within plans. I can't make it up. All you do is win. Star card, Page of Wands, and the Six of Wands. You're having a fabulous, gorgeous, lovely time. For every curse they send your way, darling dear, you are about to get a blessing. So tell them to keep cursing it up, mate. Because remember, Father God sits high and looks low. Page of Wands again is about spiritual downloads. But it's also a reminder for you to what? When you get these downloads, you have to act on them. If your mind tells you to go left, go left. Don't go right, go left. And do it immediately. Star card is also about the healing that you've received. You've got Major Arcana 3. And you know how I love a thruple. The 3, 6, 9 of it all. All you do is win, darling dear. All you do is win. What about the black magic that the grudge keepers sending your way? The cards are jumping out. Look. It's not working, darling. They're free of Pentacles. It's affecting their mental health. They're paying attention because Pentacles also represent online. They're looking to see if you've been affected by any of the wicked ministrations they try to put out against you, right? Return to sender. I told you, stop having wickedness against people. Just leave people to live their life. They've left you alone, didn't they? In your mud hut, right? What's this? 10 of Pentacles. It also speaks about what? Releasing of a generational curse. Some of you found your healing, your birth natal chart. The key is about your Chiron, darling dears. Some of you need to go to your Chiron on your birth natal chart. Find the house that is in, because you was built to what? Break generational curses. And no weapon formed against you is going to prosper. 10 of Pentacles in the upright. Somebody definitely wanted to affect your money. What's this poking out? Yeah. The wounded warrior. They wanted you to be spiritually deficit as well, alone, darling dear. They wanted you on your knees. But the 9 of Wands also speaks about your spiritual fortitude. Like I said, when you took the knee, you prayed for strength, guidance, darling dear. Some of you prayed just to what? Make it one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time. When you was going through the DNS, had to look over my shoulder. The dark night of the soul, darling dear. 9 of Wands. In the upright, I might add, is represented by Sagittarius as well as the moon energy. Sagittarius is the only weaponized zodiac sign, but it also speaks about philosophy as well as spirituality, darling dears. Like I said, what they wish for you, darling dear. Some of you felt the energy of the attack that was sent your way, but your God, the God of all gods, darling dear, the creator of the universe, caught that shade and sent it right back. My right hand is itching me. That means Skrilla. Look, come is afoot. I'm a Reiki master. Share the energy, darling dears. And remember, abundance comes in many forms. It could be in wisdom, the abundance of a true friend. For some, it will be true love's first kiss. For others, it will be the idea of that entrepreneurial business that's about to take off for you, darling dears. Remember, I told you that. We're besties. Whether you like it or not, big cat, I'm your best friend. And I'll be your best friend to the end. I sounded like Chucky then, didn't I? I'm not Chucky! Now, got me on my 31 teeth, second guessing. Let me rewind and get that bit out. You took the knee, darling dears. They didn't know that you were sanctified and covered, right? Doing it for the gram. Many of them are saying that you are not a happy person, that you're pretending to. How can you pretend to be happy and you've got your hairline has been replenished? You ain't got a friar tuck on, your bills are paid, your progeny is happy, and you're able to what? Sip your mocha anytime you want, blood. Why? Because you can afford it. You can afford it. You took that knee, darling dear. Base of the deck, and all they can do is think about you. This is the only, look at this 6 of Swords. You got to go, can you see them? All they're doing is thinking about you, darling dear. In the reverse, they're stuck on you. They go to sleep with your name on their mind after they finish bawling your name out in the night. After the what? Your ancestors have made sure that they got up close and personal with your blessings, right? They wake up with you on their base of the deck and they are toxic to the core. Still on the rinse and repeat. 2 of Wands in the reverse. And the key again is a reminder for you, darling dears. Find your Chiron on your birth natal chart. Once you found your Chiron, listen to me, bestie. Once you found your Chiron, Then you will go and find your north node in the house it falls in. It's your superpowers, it's your unique gifts. No two birth natal charts are the same. Once you found your super gifts, right, your superpowers, right, then you go to your 2nd, your 6th, and your 10th house. It will show you how to make a business, right? After you've gone to that, go to your 1st, your 5th, and your 9th house, and it will tell you about the life that you can co-create for yourself, darling dear, right? Once you've finished that, you go to your 3rd, your 7th, and your 11th house. Hold on, let me cut the fan on again. Sorry, darling dears, because it's getting on here. And no one take off their clothes, because this ain't that kind of channel, right? Like I was saying, right? Then you go to your 3rd, your 7th, and your 11th house, and it will show you the type of relationships that you can co-create in the name of the Most High, right? And the 4th, the 8th, and the 12th house shows you about endings, how to end certain circumstances and situations. But you've got to get your mind right. Get your Chiron, darling dear. Make sure that you sleep with your cranium to the south, right? Facing the south, right? Download your compasses, darling dears. If you can't download a compass, I saw this survival channel, right, where this person got a little dish of water, right, and they put a leaf in the water and they put a needle on it, right. The needle will always find the true north. If you can't get a compass, you get a little dish of water, right, put a leaf on it and then put the needle on it, and it would find the north for you. You must sleep with your cranium facing the south. It will allow you to sleep more peacefully, darling dears, because some of you are still being tormented by the wicked in your bed at night time, because they just finished using a stanky finger and sending all of that dark energy around you, trying to get at your what? Suit of Emperor paid your knees. What are they talking about, right? Now they see that you pee glitter, shit cupcakes and fart rainbows. That's right, no trespassing. I told you, when you come here, you are Jamaican, you are British, you are Cockney, and we are Chinese, because we love the Feng Shui and the Chinese astrology. We just finished celebrating our new year, darling dear, and we are in the year of the water rabbit, right? Go and find your Chinese sign, darling dear, and find out what kind of year it's going to be for you, okay? Find out if your sign is the enemy of the water rabbit. Reason being, you'll find out how to circumvent the year. Don't worry if your sign is the enemy of it. Things will work out for you eventually, but you're going to have to work a little bit harder for it to come through, darling dear. All right? Guess what my sign is? I'm a goat. Yes, baby. Imagine that. Yeah. Soaking it to them in the Chinese astrology as well, big cat bestie. And because we're besties, I give you the same blessing then. The same blessing. Again, doing it for the gram. Who's doing it for the gram? It can't be the big cat. We don't pretend about being great, fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. We don't pretend that we pee glitter, shit cupcakes, and fart rainbows. We are. What's the matter? Well, they know this. Nobody watches you closer than someone who has a grudge. Trust and believe. Nobody. The unpaid investigations of it all, right? What did I say? Doing it for the gram, there, it's a lie. If they're going on like they haven't, it's a lie, darling dear. They're thinking about yesteryear. And look, it's been rapid with their hairline. That's their business. Nothing to do with you, big cat. This person is feeling apathetic, looking back into the past. We're also seeing 3 of Cups on the floor. It could be what they chose others over you. It could have been a lover. It could have been Skull Douglas family members. It could have been a friend. But it's also the people that they went to speak to. They went to fat ones, skinny ones, short ones, tall ones. They talk about you all the time, blood. They're trying to say you're doing it for the gram. And when they don't understand is that when they keep talking about you to people and these people go, they will do their hillbilly investigations. They've got an eye of Sauron, darling dears. They will do the hillbilly investigations. They will see that you are flourishing, that you're happy, and not one of your messages is like, oh, you know those depressing messages about, oh, what you did. Listen, I don't even want to mention none of that shit, because we don't put messages like that on our Instagrams, right? Who wants to talk about yesteryear? Listen, we're so 2020, darling dear, moving forward. Right? We don't go backwards, and we don't live on memories, darling dear. We live on facts, right? Facts. Facts. What's this? Oh! Judgment has found their address. Karma has found their address. We've got the Page of Cups next to the Judgment. So that's a what? A skin-peeling airbender, a full-on liar, and a dummy bat. This is somebody who has what? Trippy-taka ways and T-Rex arms. But it's working on them. Judgment has found their address in thigh-high red leather boots. And they're still sitting there and lying, right? Because this goes to 5 of Cups. They're lying and they feel sad and they're sorry, darling dear. They're crying into their fist. Listen, they're proper upset, mate. They're upset, right? But remember, when they're crying with their regret, right? As judgment is soaking it to them, darling dear. They are what? Judas in a Peter suit. Remember, it's regret and not remorse. There's a big difference, darling dears. They're not remorseful like Peter was, who spent his whole life trying to what? Take back what he did, right? No, mate. Regret, darling dear. Regret. They're pretending to be happy in the life that they got, but all they do is focus on you. And they talk about you to the tall, the small, the fat, the skinny. Anyone that will listen. And people are bored with them. Boring, boredom, boring. Yeah, they're boring as well. Boring as watching paint dry. What's this? You ripped off the blindfold. What just fell on the floor? Oh, sorry, it was just Nay. Oh, some of you don't know who Nay is. It was Nay. Nay fell over. This is Nay, because I got 3 go-to moves, mate. Oh, no one coming too close to me. I got to back them up, yeah? I'm not telling you to threaten anyone, but if anyone comes too close, right, they better know how to do Kung Fu, right? And if they're going to do me anything, you better make sure that you go for the target, mate. Because if you wound me, I'll be a raving big cat. How about that? How about that? And if you don't know how to defend yourself, go and watch my Don't Get Smoked video, where I teach you light Kung Fu and self-defense. How dare they? That's a chop. That's just a chop, right? Because this is a limb destructor. These are no longer elbows. These are limb destructors, big cat. Okay. Listen. The blindfold has been ripped off, darling dear. Common sense is our go-to move. We're not having it blood, bra, or sistrine. Not from Pennywise, son or daughter. No, we're not. I had to get sheepish with it. Yeah. You have to know how to defend yourself. The blindfold is off, darling dear. From these what? They're not even... Look, wasn't we just talking about the sadness and the loss? Right? This goes to 5 of Cups, and this is 5 of Pentacles. They feel left out. This person is spiritually... They may even have money, darling dear, but all the money in the world is not going to clean up your conscience. This grudge keeper, they want people to feel sorry for them, right? I hope they're speaking to big cats who can read between the lines. Why are you always talking about the cat who's giving you their shapely back? Law 16 of the 48 laws of power. They want to come back with their begging bowl of hopium and cognitive dissonance and possibly that date grape drug. You know which one I'm talking about. Can't mention the name because YouTube don't like me to talk about these things, right? They want you to feel sorry for them, and your blindfold is off, mate. Matter of fact, you're wearing a mask and the eye bits are cut out, mate. You're like the Queen of Swords. You're not having it. You're not having it. Not today or any other day. There's a D in it. What's the matter with them? They want you to feel sorry. Do you feel sorry for them, big cat? Do you remember how rapid they was with your edges? Your hairline, the things they told you, right? Made the devil blush. Yes, yes, yes. They didn't think that you'd have the strength to what? Leave and get great. Look at this. You've got the Ace of Pentacles. I've got to say to my gingerbread man voice. You know the gingerbread man from Shrek? He speaks like this when he said he's wearing a thong. Yeah. They didn't think that your mental health will get back on track. This is about the infinite possibilities. The same way that they wanted you to have loss of finances, lose your mind and everything, darling dear. Have no support, be displaced from your home. When Father God say yes, who can say no? You've got the biggest pentacle of it all. And isn't that Superman on it? I just noticed it. You are a super cat. How about that? Prototype of your lineage. Put that in their pipe and smoke it. The Brock Pocketers buddies. Have you got a dime? Right? What's this? And you're making the right choices. The lovers is not just about what? Love contracts. That some of you will be making love contracts because this is a ring bearing card, darling dear. If they was upset before, The grudge keeper is going to have a big grudge against you and your partner, darling dear. But anyway, this is about contracts, darling dear. Work contracts, being supported. This is about benefactors. This is about sponsorships, darling dears. New beginnings. Some of you are in the medical or the financial fields, but you don't realize that the ideas that you have, the way you put spin on things, you ain't like everybody else. You are a big cat. Your ideas, and going forward, darling dear, continue to make the right choices and listen to your intuition and act on it immediately. And don't feel sorry for them, lad. Don't feel sorry for them, because karma has creeped up on them like a cheap lace thong. These grudge keepers, how dare they, when you've got the 6 G's. What's that? It's God, growth, goals, gifts, greatness, and gratitude that you got away by the hair of your the skin of your proverbial balls. What else? And you've got control of your emotions. And for some of you, the King of Cups is your future partner, somebody who's older, more mature, somebody who's been through a thing or two, somebody who will respect your emotions, somebody who comes through with the true. But again, this is about your emotional maturity. You know that you must stay away from these hood-looking alfalfas, these double-minded people. James 1:8. Base of the deck, and can you get any more blessings? Yes, you can. You get an 11-11 fade. This is party celebration. Some of you will be getting invitations over the next, I just heard 48 hours, darling dears. Invitations. It could even be a job interview that's going to go your way. You're going to have them eating out the palm of your hand because you're going to be using your intuition, darling dear. You're getting an 11-11 fade. And you ain't thinking about no one in the past, blood. You don't think about them. You don't want to be unhappy, unlucky, and without a clue, right? Leave the people that are going nowhere fast, blood. Leave them where they are. Because everything that they send to you, 8 of Wands, is being undelivered, and that negative energy has to go back on the grudge keeper, darling dears. Remember I told you that. All this wants is spiritual energies. We're going to finish up the read, and then we're going to go off to carry on being fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. Right, let's get a deck. Finish off this read. Gonna finish off with Kipper because you love Kipper so much, bestie. Final messages for my big cat. Now, what did I say? All they can do is think about you, touching their genitalia late into the night, trying to get sleep, and your ancestors waking them up. They're under judgment, blood. That's their business. Nothing to do with you. The cards don't lie. And who God bless. This is high honor. No man can curse. On that note, be blessed, big cat. Be glad for the time that you still have on this Malkuth. Don't worry about the time that was spent amongst the grudge keepers, darling dears. Time is like a piece of rope. It's what you do with the time that you have now when you are blessed, darling dear. Never you forget Ephesians 2:10. You are God's finest masterpiece. Why? You learned what it was like to be at the bottom, and now their ceiling, right, is your floor. Remember I told you that. You are blessed and highly favored. And as I always say, don't get smoked. 194 in the chat. Please hit the thumbs up button, like, subscribe, and share. And hit the notification bell so you will be notified when I'm kicking my way through these tarot streets again. Don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Let the grudge keepers keep the grudges. They are Pennywise son or daughter. All they can do is think about you, and the biggest prison you can create for yourself on this Malkuth is the one in your mind, especially when you're trapped with a rat that you don't want to be around. Pennywise son or daughter. Until we meet again on these tarot streets, cat, big cat.